Welcome back to Yarn Inspirations as well as the crochetcrowd.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today I'm going to explore with you double crochet borders. This can be applied to any Afghan that you wish. There is no special stitch counts in order to get all the way around on an Afghan, so it could be rectangle and etc. You just cannot do circles with this kind of idea without doing any special stitches. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use a granny square as an example to be able to show you exactly where to go, because a lot of us do these big granny squares but never really do a border. So it doesn't matter what size granny square that you do, or granny rectangle, etc., or even just a regular one, as long as it's not buckling before you begin, this will not buckle on you, so it sits nice and flat just like you see here. I'm just going to show you a couple rounds of this one here, and because they're all the same, and you can build this as much as you want to go. So if you want a really massive border, you can continue to do so, and it's really quite easy. So let's talk a little bit about it. So you're just going to use the same size crochet hook and the yarn that you worked with when doing this, so you don't require any fancy stuff for it. You just want to continue your project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a small one here just to show you as a representation on how to do these borders. So let's begin, and we're going to just use yarn of course, and we're going to go right into a corner. So it can be any corner of your Afghan, and you're going to insert in, and you're going to use a slip stitch to attach. So in these particular example, that you'll notice that the border was more solid like you see here in the corners. That means that we did not provide any gapping spaces, so we didn't do any chain spaces when we separated the corners out. If you did, then you'll get the same look going out, but what's the point, right? You want a nice border. So you want to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and you want to double crochet in the corner 4 more times. Okay, so the secret for this particular example is that every corner will have 5 double crochets in there. So let's just add 4 more. So you got your chain 3 counts as 1, and adding 4 more gives you that magical number of 5. So this allows you to turn the corner without any gapping spaces, just like you see here. So we can build on top of this as we go, any size Afghan that you wish. So now every double crochet and every space that you see, if you have a granny like this, will each be a double crochet. So just keeping that straggler down on top of the line and trapping it underneath the stitches, it'll save you some headache at the end for getting out that darning needle if you can trap it right underneath. And so you're just gonna go all the way across. So on the chain 1 spaces, I go right into a space. I'm kinda lazy that way, and I fill it right in. If you want to go into a chain, that's up to you, and then you just carry on. So as you hit every corner around this Afghan on every round for this particular design that I've done, is that there always will be 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, and this will allow you to turn the corner for 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now you just work along the edge again. So just picking up that first one again and working across as a double crochets as goes around. So remember, every corner gets 5. You've already done the first one, so you're just gonna stop 1 early, and then you're going to begin again then as you move around on this particular idea. So I'll see you at the end of this round. So I'm continuing along, and what I want to do then is that I want to just finish off with the one right before the gap, right? So usually people like to change colors on borders, so you're just gonna fasten at the top of the first chain 3. So if you're not going to change color, what I'd recommend is that you slip stitch to the middle one. So just going into the next one, just slip and begin here. Okay, so you're now on the middle one of the 5. So that's what I would do if you're not gonna change color. But I do want to change color, so I'm gonna show you what to do. So we're just backing out here, and I'm gonna attach it to the top of the beginning chain 3, and then I'm just gonna weave in, or sorry, cut my yarn and weave in those ends. Let me show you how to weave in those ends before I let you go with this. So what's gonna happen is that you're just gonna grab your darning needle. You know, borders always have a way of figuring themselves out if the tail's not secure. So grab that darning needle you have, it just takes a few moments, and just glide it up underneath several of these stitches going in the other direction like this. Then if you go in 3 directions, it'll never fall out. So go back in the other direction, but through a slightly different path, so you catch different fibers. So going in the other one, notice that I'm not going on the outside so I don't ruin the look of that, and then I go back in the other direction for a 3rd time. So back and forth 3 times allows you to hide in those loose ends. They'll never fall out because your work can never stretch in 3 directions at one time. So then you just trim it right down to the project bada boom, bada bing, it's gone. So now what I want to do is that I want to apply another layer. So let me show you how to do that, and then any other layer you want to is exactly the same. So let's begin another layer. I'm gonna create a slip knot to begin, just extra security. And I'm looking at the front side still, the right side. And so you have 5 that are in the middle, okay, that are in the space. So go to the middle one. So it was the either one I slipped to if I was keeping the color, and if you're adding new color, go into the middle one of the 5. So the third one in, and then attach it with the slip stitch. And then how many chains do you gotta do? You gotta do 3. So 1, 2, 3 counts as 3 double crochets into the same spot that you're gonna add 4 more double crochets. So in this corner space that you're gonna add 5, and this allows you to turn the corner accurately when you're going to do these kind of projects in order to keep the corner solid. So it's gonna open it up a little bit, don't worry about it. So you're coming into then the next stitch available to you, keep the stragglers down on top of the line, and then just continue to go across like this. Okay, so what are you gonna do then on the corners? Let's quickly review. So you're gonna get all the way to the corner. The middle one of the 5, the third one in, is gonna get 5 double crochets, and then you're just gonna carry on. So this will keep the borders nice and level for you as you're going all the way around. And then if you want to add more, add it to the middle one of the 3 once again, build it up and keep on going all the way around. So this will be how to do a double crochet, just very standard, going around any kind of your afghans. Just watch those corners, and then you can fill those in with those kind of nice looks that you see. Let's pull out the other example as I finish off today. So you can see you get a really beautiful edge just like so. It's filled in versus what you had already started. You may have some opening up just like you see here, and I did too. So that's it for now. It's Mikey on behalf of Yarnspirations as well as crochetcrowd.com. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.